Hello there, you're watching a walk down the aisle, and today on our discussion, we're talking about will you ever take a loan for your wedding? Well, my name is Stephanie. Come with me as we do some questioning. Okay, please, can you tell us your name?
My name is Alfreda Santoa Asante.
Okay, so I want to know if you would, or do you think it's advisable to take a loan for a wedding?
A loan. Interesting, but I would never take a loan for a wedding. I don't know why I should borrow for my wedding. If I don't have, I don't. As a matter of fact, not to be too religious or to be too Christian, but I learned from Bishop Dag Heward-Mills of Lighthouse Chapel International that if you borrow, it's the beginning of poverty. Do you get it? Whenever you borrow, people will have to look down upon you. You see, if I come to you for something, right from there, you know that maybe this person is so much in need. Besides, a wedding is supposed to help me start, a new life. From the proceedings I would get, it should help me start a new life. But if I'm supposed to borrow and then have to start all over again by using that small money I'll get from my wedding to go and pay back, it wouldn't lead anywhere. I would never borrow for my wedding, and I wouldn't advise anybody to borrow for a wedding. If you don't have, stay there. When you get the money, you do it, but then you shouldn't borrow for a wedding.
Okay.
Hi, can you tell us your name?
Okay, I'm Fish, Phish.
Fish. Okay, so we're asking the big question. Would you ever take a loan for a wedding? Would you advise a friend to take a loan for a wedding?
No, I will never do that. That's a horrible idea.
Why do you think it's a horrible idea?
Why take money that you spend on just like a day, and after that you live the rest of your life to pay back that money? And this is not an investment. If you don't have money and you love your wife, you could just do something small, just go and see the families and then settle everything and just go on with the marriage and then give birth. That's all.
Give birth?
No, but later you could do like a bigger wedding, like a white wedding. Most of the celebrities do it now. They just have like a small wedding, like a secret thing. They see their families, and when they are done, and even like 5 years later, they have their white wedding, like a glamorous wedding or something. So
okay.
I wouldn't take a loan for a wedding. No, say no.
Thank you very much. Hello, please, can you tell us your name?
I'm Dorcas.
Okay, Dorcas. So we're asking the big question: will you ever advise anybody? Would you ever take a loan for a wedding?
I would never take a loan for a wedding because I don't see why I should start my marriage with a loan. I would like to go for my honeymoon thinking about paying back a loan after that. And also secondly, as an economist, I believe that when I take a loan, I should get profit from it. And I don't think I'll get much profit from taking a loan and investing it into just a wedding.
Okay, but people take loans for weddings and they profit. So why is it that you are saying you can't profit from it?
Are you very sure of what you're saying?
I can't be sure, but then I think people do that.
So since there is a probability that I may not profit, as a risk-adverse person, I wouldn't try it.
Hello, please, can you tell us your name?
Yeah, Isaac Doku.
Okay, Isaac, we are asking the big question. Would you ever take a loan for a wedding? Would you advise your family members, your friends, anybody to take a loan for a wedding?
I wouldn't do that because wedding, it's an investment. Marriage is an investment because sociologists tell us that in today's world we live in a cash nexus society where decisions we make must be based on the returns we expect to get. The returns of wedding is uncertain, right? So if you feel like if you marry, there are certain benefits that's going to bring you, of which maybe the returns on the loan will be lower than that, then you can go for it. But personally, I wouldn't because it is too uncertain. The returns on wedding is too uncertain.
Hello, please, can you tell us your name?
My name is Muhammad Ibrahim Jabir.
Okay, Ibrahim. So today we asking, would you ever advise a friend? Would you take a loan for a wedding?
I might not.
Why won't you?
I think that it's not economically prudent.
Why is it not economically prudent?
Yeah, because when you look at a loan, okay, you should put it into something that will give you a return. You'll be able to pay back the debt and still have something with you, okay? It should be for an investment that can recoup and pay back. But when you take it for a marriage, you are only dipping the money into the marriage and it doesn't give you any return. So why should you do that?
Okay, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, please, can you tell us your names?
Irene.
Okay, and
I'm Isaba.
okay, so we are asking the big question, the biggest question that has ever hit GH. Well, we are asking, would you ever take a loan for a wedding? Would you advise Irene to take a loan for a wedding?
Never.
Why?
Because a wedding is not supposed to indebt you. I mean, it's supposed to be for just a few people who have witnessed you court. And then at that point where you want to be one, you're calling those people to come and be a blessing to your ceremony. So, in fact, I don't think what happens on that day, you would even recall the next morning. You won't see everybody who came. You won't know everything that was served. I mean, I personally would like a destination wedding where it's just a few people I invite, just about 20 people, come and witness the ceremony. And after that's it.
So, Irene?
For me, I think I'm a bit indecisive about this whole thing. I mean, it won't hurt. It won't hurt to have a very big day, a very memorable one. But then the point is just don't spend so much. You should cut your coat according to your cloth. You should know what you're going in for. Just don't make it so big. It shouldn't be so extravagant, but a bit memorable won't hurt at all. So if it's about going for something little from the bank to make it a bit more beautiful, it won't hurt, because for me, weddings, Charlie, my wedding day should be on point.
Thank you very much. So you heard it all. People would take loans for their weddings, some would not. Well, for me, I won't take a loan for a wedding. Well, it's still a walk down the aisle. You can follow us on IG, a walk down the aisle. You can like us on Facebook, a walk down the aisle. My name is Stephanie, and this has been The Voice on the Street.
Welcome to another exciting episode of A Walk Down the Aisle. We are here at the Queen's Court Event Center, and today we are discussing financing that dream wedding and not having a financial hangover after. I have with me Mr. Paul Mante from EcoBank, who would help in the discussion. Hello, sir. Welcome to A Walk Down the Aisle.
Thank you.
Everybody has the expectations of what they want their big day, their wedding to look like. Someone big, someone very simple, and some are in between. How do you finance that dream wedding?
Okay, so if we're talking about expectations and financing a dream wedding, I think those who want it small is not the issue, but it's those who want it big. So there is nothing wrong with having high expectations, and there is nothing wrong with dreaming a beautiful wedding. But it's not enough to have expectation, and it's not enough to dream about a beautiful wedding. You need to have the finances to support that dream. So how do you finance your dream? It comes to planning. You need to plan your wedding. Once you start life and you have intentions of getting married, and you have dreams as to how you want as to how big you want your wedding to be, you need to start planning towards that beautiful wedding you want to see.
Okay, so what would you advise? Savings, loan, or investment plan for your wedding?
Okay, so we're looking at three things here. We're looking at savings, we're looking at investment, we're looking at a loan for the wedding. Okay. I'll pick the third one first.
Okay.
Loan.
Because?
It's a no.
Okay.
I wouldn't advise anybody to pick a loan for a wedding. I have discussed this topic a lot at several places, and I've met a number of young couple who took loans for their wedding. And once you take a loan for a wedding, what you have done is you are going to start your marriage in a pit. Because you have to finish paying the loan before you start life. So you drop yourselves into a pit. You got to finish paying that wedding before you start life. So wedding, a loan for a wedding is out of the discussion. You will only complicate your life if you took a loan for a wedding. Savings and then investment. I would say investment. Because when we're talking about savings, it depends on how long you want to be planning for your wedding. If you are just saving, you may not be getting enough in terms of return on the money you are putting away. But let's not forget about the time value of money. If you were buying a wedding gown today, or deferring the purchase of a wedding gown, and then doing that in 3 years' time, the price is not going to be the same. So if you have 1,000 cedis today that could have bought a wedding gown today, and you decided that you're going to have your wedding the next 3 years, that 1,000 cedis may not be able to buy the same wedding gown you're looking at.
Yeah.
So I will look at investment rather than savings, so that you'll be putting money away, and the money you are putting away would also be making money for you until you are ready to use your money to do whatever you want to do for your beautiful wedding.
Okay. We are here at the Queen's Court Event Center, and we are discussing how to finance that dream wedding and not have a financial hangover after with Mr. Paul Mante. We'll be right back.
A tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears of woody ball. I've been thinking about you. Oh no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. You know, no, no. I've been thinking about you. Do you think about me still? Do you? Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Ooh, or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Ooh. This is a real thing, this you and me thing. Crystal clear, it's a so plain to see thing. And I know that I never had it better. This is a love thing, a dreams made up thing, like a light from a star way above thing. And I know, I feel it in the air. I swear I never felt nothing like this. I love it when we kiss, the way you put your lips on mine, just kiss. When I'm closing my eyes, just kiss, kiss me. Ooh, ooh, you're the answer to my wish. I love it when we kiss, the way you put your lips on mine, just kiss. When I'm closing my eyes, just kiss, kiss me. It's like lightning, so exciting, and my heart and my soul are igniting, and it's all over me, flowing all through my body. I'm so sure of it, I need more of it. Baby, you are the source and cure of it, and it's all over me. Baby, I swear, I never felt nothing like this. I love it when we kiss, the way you put your lips on mine, just kiss. When I'm closing my eyes, just kiss, kiss me. Ooh, ooh, you're the answer to my wish. I love it when
Welcome back. We are still here at the Queen's Court Event Center, and we are discussing how to finance that dream wedding and not have a financial hangover after with Mr. Paul Mante. Now you know that a loan for a wedding is a no-no, is a no-go area. It's either you want to invest for your wedding or you save. Mr. Mante, about the investment plan, how long do you think that one should invest for?
It depends on the individual and how big you want to have your wedding to be.
Okay.
See, I was just thinking about something. When we're talking about marriage, we're talking about the traditional marriage, and we're talking about the white wedding. You cannot have the white wedding without the traditional marriage. But you can have the traditional marriage without the white wedding. Unfortunately, people spend more money on the white wedding than the traditional marriage. When it comes to how long you want to be investing before you marry, it depends on what you want for your marriage. The more expensive the wedding is, the more time you will need to plan for this wedding.
Okay.
And you see, because people want to have big weddings, I don't have any problem with big weddings, but most of the time it's just a waste of money. Because of that, people delay their marriage. Because you start life, salary is not that fantastic, but you want to have a big wedding. And I know we're talking about planning for your wedding. But it's important to emphasize that even after the wedding, life would continue. Children will come in, children must go to school, and all that, and you need to plan towards all this. What I've seen recently is because people want to have big weddings, people defer marriage, and they end up marrying in their 30s. We can have that discussion another day, but that also has implications for the finances of the marriage. Because once you delay your marriage because of finances, what is going to be happening is you are going to be delaying the time you are going to be giving birth.
Yes, okay.
And I see a number of people who are old, who are on pension, who still have children in school. So in primary school. So even though we're talking about planning for the wedding, I think that as we plan for the wedding, we also to be looking at the marriage. The wedding is just a one-off event, but the marriage is for the rest of your life. So how long? For one person, it may be 6 months. For another person, it may be 5 years. For another person, it may be 10 years. But my question is, why would you want to be putting money away, delaying your marriage for 10 years just for one occasion? So it depends on what you want to have.
Okay, so if somebody came to you and said, who earns less than 1,000 and says that he wants to have a wedding, what would be your advice?
My advice would be there is nothing wrong with having a wedding. There is nothing wrong with having a beautiful wedding. Don't have a wedding to please anybody. Live within your means. Just do what you can manage.
You wouldn't stop him?
No, I wouldn't stop him.
Okay.
But what do you need for a wedding? I mean, we don't have time to drill down and look at expenditure by expenditure, one after the other. What I'm wearing today is good for a wedding. I attended a wedding 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and the couple had dressed like you would dress for a normal Sunday service.
Oh, okay.
But they had their wedding, and it was a beautiful wedding. So you're thinking about decoration. If you can afford a beautiful decoration, that is great. But if you have a nice auditorium, there are some church auditoriums that would not need additional decoration. So it depends on what you have. If you are earning less than 1,000 cedis, I won't stop you from getting married. But I will tell you, one, you don't borrow. And I want to emphasize on that. You don't borrow for your wedding. And you live within your means. Do what you can afford.
All right. Thank you very much. This is A Walk Down the Aisle, and we are still here at the Queen's Court Event Center. Don't forget to send your videos and pictures to us at awalkdowntheaislegh@gmail.com. We'll be right back.
Egyptian, Baby Man, Zaka,
And if you drive it too hard, baby, oh God, would stop me. One wish I wish from God is to make you fly. That's the only thing, baby, stopping you from being my angel. Girl, you make me smile. Happiness on my life. 'Cause she's so beautiful. I know she knows. Her smile is so wonderful.
Yo.
I'm glad she's mine.
Egyptian, let me tell them something. Enough y'all a look we, but them not have the quality. Y'all you have the capability and the ability to take care of me houses and my business and me pickiness. Me's a boy we believe in my family. When me choose me girl, them well is like a astronomy. Pick them like a star out of the sky, so them is a match me. Anything you want me, buy that money, no matter me. Telling me that girl out the road, say no bother me.
She's so beautiful. I know she knows. Her smile is so wonderful.
Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to today's segment of Kente Culture on the show A Walk Down the Aisle. Today, we'll be learning about the cloth Fatia Fata Nkrumah. It was originally called the Obakufo movement.
The meaning of Fatia Fata Nkrumah is Fatia is a befitting wife for Nkrumah. This cloth originally symbolized democracy. Its name alone makes this cloth the first option for a marriage ceremony. And true to that, this cloth has been a timeless enchantment for brides and grooms to be across age brackets, statuses, cultures, and centuries. It's commonly originally available in blue, black, and red. Nowadays, it's also available in purple, pink, lemon green, orange, in any conceivable color combination that a crazy bride would want to be custom made for her. The beauty of this fabric is more pronounced on a couple when worn the traditional way, especially the blue fatia. However, some brides manage to break the internet with elaborate and well-decorated sewn styles of Fatia Fata Nkrumah Kente. Let me mention that fatia is a suitable choice for all occasions, but for the purpose of this segment, we speak of marriage ceremony. Dear bride, if you are spoiled for choice on which kente to use for your engagement, the easiest and simplest way out of your dilemma or quandary is Fatia Fata Nkrumah Kente. We wish you all the best on your special day. This segment was brought to you by Kente Queen.
Welcome back. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at A Walk Down the Aisle and on Facebook at A Walk Down the Aisle GH. We are discussing how to finance that dream wedding and not have a financial hangover after with Mr. Paul Mante. Hello, sir. So, I understand that weak finances can ruin a marriage, and you have said a lot about not taking a loan for your wedding. What else would you tell would-be couples?
I would tell, I think the issue is about doing what you can afford. I keep asking this question. What is the first miracle Jesus performed? Turning water to wine. Where did he perform that miracle?
At a wedding.
At a wedding. Why did he have to perform that miracle?
They didn't have,
there was a shortage. So even in the days of Jesus,
my Sunday school,
there could be shortage of wine at weddings. So if you have a shortage of wine at your wedding, it is nothing new. It's been happening the past 2,000 years. Just do what you can afford. And let's remember there is life after wedding. Don't have a big wedding. People have big weddings, and after that, they need another 2 years, 3 years after marriage to be paying the loans they took. So just do what you can afford.
Okay, but are there investment plans for weddings from the banks? Are there investment packages that you can sign on to for?
Yes, there are several investments. If you came, of course, I mean, once I'm on this platform, I'll talk about what we do.
Okay.
If you came to our place, we have our fixed income fund. It's a fund that builds up interest on a daily basis. And when you need your money within 5 working days, you have it.
Okay.
And you are sure you are going to be getting above treasury bill returns. Yeah. So we can work out something for you. You can even come with your budget. The budget of your wedding will sit with you on your budget. We will look at your salary. We look at what commitment you need to do, and factor in the interest rates and all that to have an idea how much you can accumulate towards that dream wedding.
That dream wedding.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Paul Mante. Thank you for letting us know what we need to know before we walk down the aisle. We have a special gift here for you from Kente Queen, and this is to say thank you for coming.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. This has been A Walk Down the Aisle. Special thanks to Kente Queen, Click Africa, and Call Media, Blaze Pictures, and to my glam team, Makeup by Ashley, and Tres on Hair SL for my beautiful hair. See you same time next week. Bye.
Let's get interactive on our social media platforms. On Facebook at A Walk Down the Aisle GH, on Instagram at A Walk Down the Aisle, and on Twitter AWDA Ghana. You can also send us your comments via the WhatsApp number on your screen. Send your pictures and videos to awalkdowntheaislegh@gmail.com.
Makoma bo mi bang 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 me freo anase mi nyauma unkona mi nkosun baby Enka Mr. Playboy dear Kebani sena mi huwa ba mama koma bo mi bang 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 But this feeling is so different
What reason will I give my heart if I should let you go, baby? Cause I wanna know you. And the sweetie, me press me new ding, come walk into where I be. I show me so sad, be seeing them.